And focus your mind to this bell sound and let your body to settle down itself. So while you focusing to the sound, intensely relax your body and relax your mind and relax your breathing. So even while you practicing time to time, if you feel sometimes physically uncomfortable or busy, so mentally relax your body and mind and breathing. That will help you to settle down little by little. Okay, so we're going to start now. Just focus your mind to this bell sound, please, and gently close your eyes. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhas. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhas. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhas. So your right palm on your left, and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. And bring your attention to your body. So in the beginning, we're going to relax our body step by step. So remember, when you inhale, exhale for this exercise, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And in between inhalation, exhalation, keep a little gap. And also each and every inhalation, exhalation, do it slowly, deeply and gently. So bring attention to your right arm. Now deeply, gently and slowly breathing, and focus yourself and visualize that all the breath go to your right arm. And breathe out. Focus your mind to your left arm. Slowly, deeply, gently breathing, that all the air go to your left arm. And breathe out. Focus your mind to your back and your spine. Slowly, deeply and gently breathing. And breathe out. Now bring attention to your abdominal area. And slowly, deeply and gently breathing. And breathe out. And your chest. Slowly, deeply, gently breathing. And breathe out. Now focus your mind to your right leg. Deeply, slowly, gently breathing to your right leg and breathe out. And bring your attention to your left leg. Breathing to your left leg and breathe out. To your neck and head and slowly, deeply, gently breathing and breathe out. Now focus your mind to your whole body. Slowly, deeply, gently breathing to your whole body and breathe out. One more time, breathing and breathe out. And one last time, breathing and breathe out. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, bring your attention to your lower part of the body and observe the sensation, any feelings, tightness, heaviness. Just get a mental note. Don't try to change anything, don't try to interfere with the feelings, don't make any comments, just recognize and bring your attention to lower back. Observe it and get any mental note. So see, is there any pain, sensation, heaviness, tightness? upper back and shoulders. Bring your attention to upper back. In your arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. Be aware about the chest and your abdominal area. Neck and head. And bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Just observe the sensation. So in the beginning, deeply inhale, exhale 3 times and find the sensation, please. So allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen naturally. And when inhalation happen, recognize inhalation, exhalation happen, recognize as exhalation. Do nothing extra. So don't try to inhale or exhale, don't try to count, don't hold anything. Completely be free yourself. Just observe the inhalation, exhalation. Observe the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. This is the beginning, middle, end. Some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just accept it and recognize. And be aware about the change happening, followed by the inhalation, exhalation. Just observe how it happening and what is the change follow according to the inhalation, exhalation. Even the recognition, even the observer, change moment by moment. Just experience the change without interfering with thinking. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through your compound, village, city, state, country, around this world and around this universe, and as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Remind yourself like this. So, with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. So visualize yourself and send it as a light as far as you can. To your backside, to your left side, to your right side, downward, and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, when we come to this spiritual path, so the very first thing that you have to remember, we're trying to become very clear with inside us. So why we have to be very clear with inside us? Because as Buddha said, Mano Pubbangama Dhamma, mind is the forerunner, mind is the chief, mind is the creator. So then yourself, whatever in your mind, you become. So if you have the clarity clear in your mind, what will happen? Your bodily, verbally and mentally action going to become very clear. And when the bodily, mentally, verbally action become very clear with the right intention, all the result, the feedback or the reactions going to become very clear, and it always going to be profitable for you. But the misery is, the difficulty is, when we do any kind of bodily, verbally or mentally action, if it is, when it create a reaction, if that reaction become unprofitable for us, how you can escape from it? How you can deny it? How you can reject it? Because it is your own action create that reaction. If somebody else do something and then if it is become unprofitable for you, then it is okay. Maybe you can change the situation, you can change the place or change the person, you can stay away from that people. But how about, that is where you have to understand, how about if you do something out of your bodily, verbally or mentally action, so whatever the reaction happens, if it is become unprofitable for you, where are you going to escape? How are you going to get out of it? What you going to react, the reject? Or you can change the place, or you can change the people, even to get mad, angry. To whom you going to get mad? Because your own reactions create that situation. This is what kind of like we cannot see mostly. Why we cannot see it? Because we are not clear to see that how it happened. So in the basic level, in conventional life, you have to have a very comfortable conventional life. Remember, in this spiritual path, with the disturbed mind, you cannot go. Even one step forward, you cannot go. If with the disturbed mind, and if you are able to get into very relaxed, comfortable and clear mind, that itself, that clarity will uplift your spiritual practice. So mostly, just look, even when we go to meditation, yoga, or any retreat, and even temple, church, mosque, so mostly even chanting, praying, the mantra, or any spiritual practice, mostly we start with unhappy mind mostly. When we get disturbed, and with that unhappy mind, we get into that. And sometimes we can just pass the time and staying in that temple or the holy place, or the doing chanting or like that. We can just pass the time, but that doesn't mean you get out of the problem. When the necessary conditions there, again the problem going to be there with you. So then you can keep going like that way in the sansaric journey. But there is another way. When you have kind of like a situation, if you able to observe deeply and recognize where the link, where the roots, how you interfere with that, why you are in that place, how you came to that place, then you're going to see something. So that is why the clarity in your mind important to analyze that. Because otherwise maybe you see many thousands reasons, but you don't see why you are here in that moment. So in the spiritual path, remember, keeping the clarity from the beginning is important. And even with the disturbed mind, don't try to find a solution for that disturb, and always look for the clarity, the wisdom. And when you look for the wisdom, and the wisdom always going to be right, and it's not going to be changed according to person to person. So if you have intention to look for the wisdom to fix that kind of situations, and then when you able to little by little accumulate understanding, and wherever you go, you have wisdom to understand, go into the roots level and take it out. But otherwise, in the surface level, if you try to fix things and try to keep going the way you want, that it may be by time, because by time everything change. So, but that doesn't mean you can get out of it. So the danger sometimes, maybe today you fix it and tomorrow you going to get into very difficult situation. If you're not going to get into any situation, it is okay. But how about in case if you come to a situation worse than today, how are you going to handle that? So that's why when you practice meditation, in the very basic level, it brings the clarity and it take you out from that unhappy or unsatisfied mind, disturbed mind. So when you sit for meditation, remember, always sit with the clear mind. Even you have the disturbed, unhappy moment, situation, unbalanced situation, heaviness, hardness, sad, worry. When you sit for meditation, remember to keep that everything away from you. Sit with the empty mind. So sometimes people ask how you can do it. Only thing that's just don't condition yourself. That's it. Because we condition our mind. And that condition, we think when a situation come, we have to think. When a problem come, we have to think. That's how the people teach us. That's how the society, the culture, tradition teach us. That is why in life is schooling us. Think, think, think. So you already thought in your life. When you have situations, look, in your whole life, just get a 10 years from here to backward. How many things you thought and how many things that you ask from others, and they also add certain thoughts for you. And then today, look, whatever you have done thinking, what happened? It's not going to work like that way. Even in the science, technology, the same. It's the things not going to work exactly the way we want it. So as you know that the yesterday, day before yesterday, I think this NASA launched another satellite, and on the way, and I heard that news, they they lost the signal. Look, the rocket science is the most advanced science. Even that, according to them, we are in the top level of that science. But still, there is a possibility you going to lose the signals. That is the worst thing can happen when it come to rocket science, losing the signals. So it still happen. It not even today. It happened. It's a Hoover Dam. When they build the very first time, the the Hoover, and they all, in the Nevada, they all the top, scientists, the engineers, they did everything right. And but when they build the plan, when they going on the way, and little by little, what happened? They change it. Australia Opera Theatre, the best architect, they develop it, and but on the way, what happened? They change the plan. And the tunnel from France to London under the sea, they use all the high technology and the advanced the machines, and one side from France and other one from London under the sea. They cannot see on the surface level of the sea water. They don't know where they go. They measure this everything exactly to the right, because one side from France and other side from London under the sea, they keep digging this ground and keep coming, keep coming. The most difficult thing was to challenge to this meet they together to meet each other at the right place, because 1 inch go wrong and it going to go a different way. And they did everything, calculate everything exactly to the right, and start the project. And on the way, what they understood they're going wrong way. Look, the thinking is nothing wrong with thinking, but when we condition to think, that thinking itself sometimes become our self-view. So when we get disturbed, when we have the kind of like difficulties, hard time, mostly, rather than calming down our mind, when we start to think what is happening, we accelerate the, the inside, whatever the disturb. So that's why without conditioning our mind, if you're able to little bit calm down, relax, you will see something else. But it needs practice, like everything else. If you want to do something better, you have to practice. Why? Because we come with unpractice, and we come with a lot of our own way we used to do things. It didn't work in the past. It didn't work in the samsara. So if it is work in the samsara, and why we are here? So that's why we have to look ourselves. So then the very first thing, remember, whatever you start with the spirituality, start with the very clear, comfortable mind, happy mind. And whatever the disturb, it is okay. And whatever difficulties, it is okay. Don't focus to that disturb. Don't count on it. Count on your consciousness, awareness. Even you are in the middle of the hell, don't focus to the hell or the pain. Count yourself that you are, that whatever that yourself, if you are able to do your best, you're going to get out of it. So the reason is, whatever happened, there is a reason within yourself to be in that very moment, in that place, or with that person, or with that things. Mostly we don't see that. So then when it comes to the very first level of basic practice of our conventional life, so remember yourself, whatever the situation or the incident or the people, don't focus to that. Remember and look why you are here. There is a reason. Maybe you don't see that reason today, because in the past, as example, there are few reasons that we can analyze when something happened, but one of the thing is the previous karma. There is something, otherwise it's not going to happen. There is something related with your past karma. It's like a foundation, it's like a stream in a river, water. The karma is there. Remember, once the karma over, things going to over. But still, our consciousness is higher than the karma. But in the surface level, before we get into that higher consciousness, so we have to deal with the karma. If you had the more sharp, clear consciousness, you no need to even understand it, because you itself understand it. So, but in day-to-day life, like ordinary person, how you can get out of this? So the very first thing, remember, whatever the difficult things happen, maybe you get into wrong relationships, or maybe you get into very difficult situations, maybe you are in a kind of like a middle of the chaos and you cannot find the exit, and you don't know what to do in your life, you can't find the purpose in yourself, and you yourself kind of like feel miserable. So it's this thing can happen. But still, when it comes to that, and for the very first thing that you have to remember, there is a reason within you. You have to accept it. You cannot think just 100% you are clear, and then looking at the blaming to others, or doing something to others. The very first thing that you have to understand, that you have responsibility with it, and take it. It happened, not maybe it not happened just by mistake. It can happen as a result of previous karma. That is one thing. Then you take responsibility. It helps you to not to get disturbed out of it, to become wise. Because otherwise, if you don't understand it, you go and struggling with it, and then the situation become more tight, and you get into more into the trap rather than losing it. So then whatever happen, any situation, so remember yourself, and there is a part in you, and maybe you cannot see it today, but still what you can do your best. So that's the important thing. And according to your position, according to your situation, according to the environment, and don't try to get into that. and empower that whatever the karmic path that you keep going, because it's kind of like a trap. That's why you get into that. Just imagine yourself, just get a wrong relationship. How many people in this world? Thousand, millions people. And be sometimes that before you get into that relation, you went through friends and asked, and they told, oh, he's good, she's good, like that. And then you use all your abilities to start in the right way, and you did it. Then how things went wrong? And the children, how many parents suffer because of the children? How it is possible? Why it happened like that way? Because before we get into schools and before we get into the society, then the friends or the other people, the children came through you. How that kind of, when the children come like that way, how they go wrong and they give the pain to you? Why it is happen like that? There is a reason. So maybe that reason not related with that person. That, have you ever think that relation, maybe there's something with you, related with you? Have you ever thought about how you can clean it rather than keep going and struggling and pointing out to others? So that's why in any situation, even with the environment or the nature, look at this, where how many, how big the world, but how you are caught up with the exactly this same environment, and why you cannot escape from it, why you cannot go to some other places, why you cannot go and live in another place, why you exactly caught up with this pain? That's why there is a reason eating you. Rather than when we get disturbed, mostly we mostly thinking about others. There is a reason in you. So if you don't get disturbed, you will find it. But the thing is, once you get disturbed, once you condition your mind, you cannot find it. You will never find. Then you accelerate that power inside, and again and again and again and again, what will happen? It become more powerful. So the very first thing that then you have to do, remember, in any situation, whatever, if some things go wrong, take some responsibility to you. At least take 50%. If you cannot get 100%, take a 50% responsibility in the beginning. Do your best more than any other time. It guaranteed it going to fix you. As example, if you get into the wrong relationship, be there the best person and do the right thing exactly. Within few months, you're going to get out of the situation. And if you are in the worst situation, and try to do your best and don't get lazy, don't be dirty, and whatever you do, don't do it half, just do your best, especially when things go wrong, when you are in sad situations, be clean. When things go down and it hit to all the bones and all the joints, and you knee down, your head down, and you break your neck and your spine, always remember. So whatever you can do without getting disturbed, the hurt, do your best, whatever you have to do. You will see it going to heal you. So that is the nature. It is not any secret. Even you are in the wrong relationship, and even you are with the wrong environment, and even you are with the wrong people, and rather than resistance, be the best person yourself. And even with the co-workers, if you're having hard time in the workplace, without getting disturbed and doing mistake yourself, Whatever the things that you do your best, and that will help you to clean your karma rather than empower the karma. Because we came to that situation, there is a karma, that's why. That is the reason. By mistake, it didn't happen. There is a karma that you get into wrong relationships, you get into wrong friendship, you get into wrong parents, or you get into wrong children, and you get into wrong kind of environment, and you get into, if something wrong, if something painful, difficult, hard, there is a reason within yourself. So you have to remember and understand that. Don't struggle with it. Don't try to go with that. Don't try to fix other people. You cannot do it. Only thing is, be yourself. Even you die, it is okay. Why? Because the next time, we all die. We're not going to be here forever. We all die. But next time, you no need to pay for that. But if you have to stand for the good, mostly what we always go with the bad side. When other people become bad, we also become bad. When other people, when we are in a situation, we get painful, we have the difficulties, we empower that. We give the pain to others. What will happen? The seed, that the karma that you are here going to become empowered. So the very first thing then, whatever happen in life, remember, there is a reason within you related with karma. Accept it. To fix that, do the opposite and do the best thing that you can. So you will clean in the first level, the karma. Then another thing is, don't try to always think to punish others. It is nothing to do with us. When somebody do something wrong, we no need to punish. Who we are to punish others? How we can come to a situation, this is the punishment that you have to get? How we can think like that way? Never getting. It doesn't matter. Even your personal relationship with the husband, wife, children, friends and family members, brothers, sisters, neighbors, the people you know, even the president, or even the other politicians, forget about that. Don't try to get into thinking about punishment. You know what is happening? When you think about to giving punishment, you get into that with the anger. Then right away you disconnect the goodness from you. It going to become harmful for you. That's the point. When you're thinking about the punishment, you got punished already. So then somebody else do something wrong, and you thinking about it and thinking about giving punishment, and it already in our mind we got punished. So we think when this big people, big shots, when they do bad things, we tell they should go to hell. We are already go to hell. That's why we tell they have. So why we have to go to hell? Because of other people. And somebody else do something wrong. And we thinking about what the punishment we have to give. Why you get the punishment because of somebody else do something. Never get into that. It doesn't matter whatever the things, even your husband, wife, children, brother, sister, do something wrong. Stay away thinking about punishment. Always wish them the good. You can do it. Only thing you have to hear this and you have to practice that, because you don't hear. Mostly you think the other side. So that's why we say this, because once you hear that again and again, once you know that, you're going to get into that. Why people don't say this? Because they are in the other side. Because they don't practice, then they cannot tell, they don't know about it. So that's why in yourself, remember, in my personal life, myself, I never thought about the punishment. No. That's why I am telling you to do that. because I know how it's going to benefit for all of us. So never think about giving a punishment. It's never going to work, because we're going to get punished before even other person going to. Even punishing for others, we cannot fix anything. Things become more worst. So that's why, for any reason, spiritual reasons, political reasons, economical reasons, even the family, personal, whatever, remember, there are some other ways we can fix things, but never think about giving punishment. It doesn't work. So another thing is that there is something that you have to always remember. There is no somebody 100% wrong. Maybe sometimes they do mistakes, and even without any intention, they do it. And sometimes it is their nature. It's like there was a article that there was this that how you can explain the love, and somebody asked this question, and then someone, I saw somebody wrote, it's like a Scorpio tail. So the Scorpios is like, you know, they have their nature. So whatever they get disturbed, the naturally the tail come and attack. Even the Scorpio cannot get out of it. It is their nature. But that doesn't mean it is bad, because it is the nature that make they are Scorpios. So always remember, don't always think that when something go wrong, and think as they are wrong people. Maybe they are in that condition trap. They cannot do anything else. Otherwise, there are a lot of good people, and they are good in their heart. And I think you may saw that day before yesterday, that three prisoners, and there was that the jail that he got a heart attack inside the jail, an officer, these three prisoners, and ran and jumped, and they survived this. They brought help for this officer, and maybe inside the jail. See how and finally what these prisoners told that even we are prisoners, we don't want to see anybody die. See, in the politicians, sometimes presidents, and some people, they don't care about another people dead. They forget about die. Even you die, they don't care. They know you're going to die. Sometimes they don't care. Then they are the leaders sometimes. But look at that prisoner, what he told. That's why it is not in books. It's in real life, in day-to-day life. That prisoner told, I don't want to see anybody die. It's a kind of like, it's a true statement that came through his heart. And you can go to YouTube and you can see that video. They jump and ran and, and try to survive this officer. So that's why, even though they are in the jail, they're not sometimes bad. So like that always. And think there's some other side. Whatever the situation comes, maybe completely they are not bad. For that moment, they get into that situation and they don't know what happened, and it happened. So there are things happen like that. So then always try to find something good in others. It helps for you. And another thing is, when we practice this all, and we have to apply this knowledge what we gain through meditation also, we know everything change. and then nothing going to be permanent. So whatever the mistake, whatever the difficulties, whatever the hard times that we go through, whatever the bad situations that we go through, it's not going to be forever. It's going to change. So be relaxed a little bit. Don't get mad, don't get sad, don't worry. Just let it be. It's going to go. Nothing going to be here forever. So that understanding you have to apply for certain situations. And that way also it will help you to get out of it. Another thing is developing loving kindness, because and sometimes without knowingly we develop the anger, hatred, jealousy. So that way what will happen, it's like a volcano, and it's going to be, you don't see it, but suddenly it's going to blow out when for a little situation. So maybe, open the door, open the window, or maybe you hit your leg somewhere. Maybe you cannot find your door key or the car key. It's very simple, but you get mad. You blow out. So why? Because inside you developing that little by little, little by little, little by little. And even sometimes you ask, why I get mad like this? Why I get mad for little things? You ask yourself sometimes. There are students, sometimes they ask, Venerable Sir, for little things, I get mad. I don't know why. Because you don't develop the good side. Doing nothing doesn't mean you're going to be good. That is one of the wrong that believing that we hold. We think, oh, I don't go temple, I don't practice meditation, I don't do anything, and I don't do bad also. So then I'm going to be okay. No, you're not going to be okay. Because it's like a weed that mental formations within us with the greed, hatred, and delusion. And it's like fungus. When the right time comes, it's going to grow. So then what you have to do? Cultivate good thoughts in you. Whenever you have time, when you have opportunity. If it is possible, never watch that the movies or movies with the sad, anger, killing, rape, this kind of things. Don't watch. Why? Because while you keep watching these horror movies, people become zombies. This is happening. You keep watching horror movies for a few days, then what will happen? You're going to be afraid for your own shadow. You cannot go to your bedroom, to your bathroom. You become afraid. This happen. So don't listen to sad movies. Your life already sad. Why you listen to another sad songs? Why you need some extra sadness, some extra unhappiness to you? So then you have to fix it right away. Don't get into that. Because if you keep listening to sad songs, your sadness is going to become more and more and more stronger. So it is okay to listen to songs. There are a lot of good songs guiding you, teaching you. Try to find that and do that. There are a lot of good movies. Try to giving you some kind of wisdom. Find that one and go with it. And there are a lot of good documentaries rather than take you to that the mysteries, and sometimes no end. They don't know what happened. Then you end up with doubt, and they go and 1 hour you watching, and then they end having a question mark, don't know what happened. And now you doubt, you didn't know about it, and you had no idea what it is. It happened in the far away, maybe 1,000 years back, and you watch it 1 hour, and now you have a doubt. Then your mind go like a roller coaster, because no end. So the unnecessary things you did. So then remember yourself, you have to have the effort to develop the right side. So then doing nothing doesn't mean you're going to be good. Always develop the good. So then always develop the loving kindness, and it's going to protect you from many situations. So otherwise you're going to get hurt. Don't blame to anybody. It's because you didn't cultivate something good. It's like without opening the door, without closing the door, you leave it here and then somebody come and take something. So like that. So don't allow it to happen. Always try to develop the loving kindness in you. And when whatever the situation come, maybe tomorrow we're going to meet with very difficult people. Tomorrow your life going to be so hard. If it is so good, it is okay. But how about it going to be worse? Teach your children. Rather than empathizing or sympathizing them, teach them to get ready for whatever the situation. Teach them to have loving kindness as a tool. Because wherever they go, when they have that mental qualities, they're never going to get hurt. Otherwise, they're going to get so mad, sad, worry, unhappy. So this is unnecessary. So that's why develop these 5 steps in your life. So the first one, if I summarize that, the first one, take responsibility to yourself, knowingly there is a karma. If it is difficult, sad, worry, unhappy, bad, take some responsibility. You are there because there is a karma. That's why maybe it happened to you. And the second one is, don't try to get into thinking to even, for little things to punish others. Get out of that, you know, idea of giving punishment, even thinking about others should get punished. No, it is nothing to do with us. If somebody did something wrong, it will go with them. It's nothing to do with you. So don't dirt your mind thinking about punishment. So that's the second thing. And the third one is, always try to look, there is something good in the other side. They are not always bad. There are good, there is a good side also. So always point out to that side and try to have the compassion little bit within yourself. And the fourth one, develop a vidarshana, that's knowledge little bit. That knowingly this everything change, nothing going to be permanent. Your situations, so environment, this everything going to go. So don't get mad, don't get sad, worry, unhappy. The final point is develop the loving kindness and compassion little by little yourself while you are resting, when you have free time, and always have the loving kindness thoughts every day. And so these 5 things will protect you from in this very moment to entire this life and in this samsaric journey until you attain to the Nibbana. These 5 methods will help you and protect you. And it is universal, and for anybody, for any reason, for in any place, in any age, in any danger, any danger, in any sad, worry, unhappy moment, you can practice, and you can see when you practice right away, you're going to see the result. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. Finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi dika yuko bhava. Ittavata ca mehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.